Fresh.
Ah! What's up?
What's up, nigga?
Long time no see.
Chillin'?
Mm-hmm.
What's poppin'?
Not much. Alright. Let me do a small intro. It's gonna take about 10 minutes. So, in my life, I've been blessed with having different friends. I've had so many friends, different stages. But there are two people who actually in my teenage life we grew up together and they stand out. One of them is still in Tanzania, Muhammed.
Yeah.
And the other one is right now looking right into his fucking face. Man, Muhammed Dabo. That's not what we call you.
Nah.
Dabo.
Yes, dude.
Beanie Dabo. What's up, man?
Chillin', man. How you doing?
Where are we now? Explain to us. Tell us, where are you now?
Physically, where we are, we're in Copenhagen. At my apartment. It's the first time we've been here.
First time I've been here, yeah.
Well, you've been to Denmark before.
Yeah, but I haven't been to your place since you moved in. You only moved here about a year ago, almost.
3 years ago.
No, in this apartment.
A year ago, yeah.
Before that, you didn't actually have a place. You know,
I was staying with my in-laws. Staying at my
Yeah.
wife's family's place.
Damn.
Yeah.
When did we meet?
I believe it was 2010, 2010, 2011.
2010.
Yeah.
Why I'm laughing? Do you know why I'm laughing?
Why?
One guy in common we know. Every story starts during 2000. 2000. Everything is 2000. Early 2000.
Shout out Dula.
Man, listen, we've had our ups, we've had our downs, but I don't remember the downs.
I'm sure
We've had some, right?
We're gonna remember.
We don't have the downs.
But we have more good.
More good. Right now, I can say this: I've never been so proud of a friend of mine more than I've been proud of you. I know where we came from when I met you to where you are now. You didn't envision your life to be what you are right now. Like no one could.
No.
So explain to us for the people that's gonna be listening, the two viewers.
I'm one of them.
Where did you start? Like where did you come from and how? What's your journey? Why did you end up here?
From when I was born, or
Wherever you want to start.
well, my mother is from Zanzibar, so that's where I grew up most of my life. From '99, I was 6 or 7 years old when I moved to Zanzibar.
Six
Six years old. Yeah. How do you know?
I know, but I'm his best friend.
So, I was born in Saudi Arabia. I was kid number 5 of 6 kids. From '93, and then '95, my sister was born, and then I remember a little bit of Saudi Arabia, not much because I left at 6. So I remember where I lived, the house, apartment. We didn't live in a house. We weren't rich.
You're rich now?
I wish. I think it's worse now than we were before.
All right.
But yeah, and then we moved to Zanzibar. I didn't speak any Swahili. I didn't know nobody. Of course, I didn't know anyone. But I think after the first year or two, I started hanging out with the kids in the neighborhood. And we were rumored to go back to Saudi Arabia, but we didn't want to. We begged our mom, please let us stay here. So she said, okay. So we moved there permanently without our father. He had to stay. He had a job. He worked
In Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, he worked for the ministry.
But where is your dad from? You say your mom is from Zanzibar.
My mom is originally from Zanzibar. My father is half Senegalese, half Egyptian, but born in Egypt, in Cairo. Small family. They were very poor. His father was he was a religious guy, so he was like an imam. He was a sheikh. He was very into the religion. He died when my father was 16. So my dad moved. He had to be the breadwinner for the house. His mom didn't work. They come from a poor neighborhood. So his big brother was a football player. So he went to play football.
For the national team?
He played for the national. No, not for Egypt. He played for one of the biggest clubs in Egypt. It was called Al Ahli. Then my father left. He went to Europe. He went to Italy first at 16, with nothing in his pocket. All he had was a student card. Back then, you didn't need visa like now. You just passed through the borders with your student card and they let you through.
You grew up in Zanzibar. Your dad didn't come to Zanzibar first, but you wanted to stay in Zanzibar. When did your dad came back to Zanzibar?
I think 2002, 3, somewhere there.
Because when I met you, I remember you spoke Swahili by the time I met you already, right? Because you've already gone to school. But your dad never spoke Swahili with me.
No, he spoke Swahili, but his accent was pretty bad.
Yeah,
he wasn't from there.
Yeah, and I was like, where is he from? I didn't know in the beginning.
He understands Swahili better than me.
Mm. And your brother also Swahili. Your Swahili is better than your brother's in pronunciation wise.
But my brother never lived in Zanzibar until mid 2000s, 2006, 7. That's when he moved to Zanzibar.
He was in Turkey or?
He was in Turkey for 10 years.
Studying,
yeah, medicine.
Studying. Yo, but listen, when I met you, I remember you were a small, tall, insecure,
frail, skinny.
You know, it's like it felt like you didn't fit in nowhere.
I tried too much.
You were that insecure that it was even hard to joke around.
Yeah,
because I grew up with friends. We joke around a lot, but it was hard to joke around with you because at some point we didn't know how you would take the jokes.
It's not that. I'm used to people roasting me, but you guys took it to another level. You found out my deepest secrets and used it against me. But it's good. I think it's good. I think people should get bullied.
We prepared
to a certain extent.
It's like character. It's like learning how to fight.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be a boxer without sparring with someone.
You need to get beat up a little bit.
You need to spar with someone who's better than you, who's gonna touch you, beat some place, bitch slap you, punch you, sucker punch, whatever.
You need to get humble.
And people might call it bullying, but sometimes to have a friendship that way, where people can point out your flaws and not mean in a harm way, and you understand, and they can tell you the joking, and can tell you seriously, face to face, bro, you need to change this, you need to change this.
Yeah.
But what do you do now?
When it comes to bullying?
No. Because when you were that little insecure, you didn't do much. I know you used to love dancing, because that's how we became friends. Because I used to be a dancer. I used to do more of acrobatics in the dance group, basically. And you were the best dancer in our group.
I wouldn't say so.
No. In our group, you were the best dancer with most skill.
Yes.
We just did flips.
In a specific genre of dance.
Yeah.
Hip-hop.
Exactly.
Hip-hop. You guys were more break dancers.
Yeah, but when we were on the floor, listen, if we're competing with someone and there's not enough space, we couldn't do much. Because we needed a little space to do breakdance. You need a little circle and you could just pop, lock in, and moonwalk anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but there's an advantage and disadvantage for both of our styles.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a big circle, I remember there was an Italian guy who was an acrobatic gymnast.
Yeah.
But he could do all these crazy stuff. I was there once without you guys, and I was battling him.
And you lost.
And people gave us space, and I was like,
I lost.
Yeah.
So, but that's how we completed the crew.
Yeah.
We had DJ who was making the mixes of how and there's a lot of bombs. A lot of bombs in our mixtapes. Everyone's so poof.
Yeah, like, come on.
We break apart, we start something else. And then there was me, more of acrobatics, and Muhit was better than me at dancing by far.
I think you were the more technical one, who does stuff that's like, people are like, whoa.
Yeah, I was more like, okay, you guys do this, I'll jump over you guys. You guys do this, I'll do this flip.
You were daring. I think our other friend Muhit was more, because of his body size, whenever he did something, it was like a...
Yeah.
People were like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like something special. It wasn't like, oh. No, honestly, it was good, but it wasn't like, you're not going to be the best dancer in the world.
And Saleh, he was more 5 minutes. Like, if we do a 5-minute show, he'll be there for 2 minutes.
He was never a dancer.
For 2 minutes, he's going to be doing something called take his hat, kiss.
I think he wanted to be a dancer, but it's just not him.
Do you think you could look at our old videos when we used to dance?
No.
Without cringing.
I can't.
But remember how we were feeling like we killed it tonight. We're the best dancers in the island.
But back then, no one did it.
No one did it. We were the
just
first.
Us.
We were the first.
If it wasn't for us, there wouldn't be dancers right now making money in Zanzibar.
That's true. There were no places that they did breakdance. There was only one that would take. And then the second one at Livingston, we made it because your cousin owns the restaurant, and we started doing shows every Friday, and then every Saturday we'll go to Kendall Rocks. Like that's how we did it. And now there's many places people are going to perform and dancing, and we started teaching people. The crew was 4 people, and then come another crew, and then another crew, and the whole crew grew. But as you say, the older generation of the dance that they're there, they know who we are. And all the younger generation, when we go there, they see their coaches, their teachers, they come, yo, what's up, man? We used to dance. And like, who are these people?
Exactly, yeah.
But now when I look at the youth, how they dance, I'm like, we were never this good.
Because of us, we opened the doors for them.
Yeah.
So now they see there's opportunity. They work hard.
We
just dance. We can just do anything, and people will be like, hire them just to entertain. We were kids, entertain the guests. But now it's competition. It's evolved.
But remember, in our dance crew, you were the only MJ. You were the Michael Jackson of. Can you still do? No, none of the routines.
My hips hurt.
Wow, that's where we met, and we've had great times.
Actually, I remember the first time we met.
How was
the
it?
scenario?
I think I remember too. Kendwa,
you guys performed before me, and I came by, and there was already a party, but the DJ stopped it.
Wait. This was at Kendwa.
Yeah, because you guys did capoeira before.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't know anyone, so I just started doing Michael Jackson. And then they said one more, and I did it again. And the owner loved it so much. He was like, "Here," he gave me like $10. $10 at that time, 13 years ago.
Yeah, it's $50 now.
It lasted us a week.
Yeah. In Zanzibar,
yeah, in Zanzibar. So then my brother introduced me to you and Muhammed. I knew Muhammed before. Not knew him, but I seen him. We went to the same school for like a year. And then I sort of like, hey, what's up? And he left. So I ordered pizza. And I saw you just standing by yourself. I was like, hey, since we just got introduced, you want some? And you were like, yeah, why not? And then when he came, of course, I didn't ask him if he wanted. He just bought his ass.
Wow. Yeah, and we left with your brother's car that night.
Yeah, and then you had a really hot girl.
Thank you.
And I was like, you know what? I need to be friends with him.
Look where you are right now, right? Shit, man. All right, so that's where we met. We started dancing. We were a crew of 4, sometimes 8 people, but the 3 of us hung out way more. Me, you, and Muhi.
We did everything.
We were the best friends. We did everything together. We went everywhere to party. We knew each other's families. We visited. And Saleh, I would say his mom was the most welcoming of any of our family.
Yeah.
His mom. He would feed us, give us food, and
my mom too, man.
Yeah, I know, but the most, I would say, because we were not going as much to your place.
I lived far.
Also, Saleh was not allowed to go out as much either.
Yeah.
So he was a computer boy staying at home, making so we would go to his house and everything.
Yeah.
So, but the 3 of us hung out way more. And we were like, at some point people thought we were almost brothers. Yeah. Or if they see 2 and not the third one, they'll be like, wait, is he sick?
Where's the third one?
Where's the third one? So now we went separate ways. This is not our dream. Our dream was to go to Europe together, all 3 of us be dancers and perform differently.
Yeah.
So what happened in your eyes?
I think there's some jealousy in the group. Because as history shows, whenever there's a group of people, there's always going to be one that's different from the others. Jesus Christ?
Yeah.
Good example.
Yeah.
Judas?
Yeah.
He was a hater. I don't want to say who our hater was. I think we know. It could have been me. I don't know. But I've never hated. I actually looked up to you a lot. When you left the first time, it was like, man, he's doing it. I was like, jealous, but not in a bad way. I was like, man, I want that as well.
When I left, we stopped dance. We stopped dancing, right?
Because at the end, we weren't taking it seriously to dance.
No.
We just wanted to party, get girls. To be honest, we started dancing to get chicks.
Because we were not getting paid. There was no money.
No. Then we're like, fuck it, let's just dance.
Remember, we used to get $20 for 4 people for a show that it cost us $15 to get there.
Yeah. So it's a profit was fine.
And by the time we get home, we eat breakfast with that and it's finished.
We're broke, yeah.
We're broke.
It was fun.
It was fun. We never cared. We never cared more. We never cared about money. We just enjoyed, of course, getting girls. But then when I started realizing this is not gonna be my life, if this is not gonna get better, that time Instagram started, but there was no stories, there was no videos, just pictures.
Yeah.
So there was no way of getting money to be that big. No,
Social media
wasn't big. Facebook was only pictures and add friends, right?
That's it.
So now I had this idea, like, okay, let me go to Europe, and I saw what could.
But even before
happen.
that, I think you saw that we started neglecting the dance, more focusing on party, and then alcohol got involved. We started, not you, but I started drinking. Maybe some of the other friends we put in our group started drinking. We get into fights, especially I would say me the most. I would get into the most fights. I think because of insecurity, being the smallest guy.
But also know that you have people that will take care of you, because this is my interpretation. You start a fight, we fight.
No, here's the thing: we'd have you as a smart friend.
Thank you.
And then you have the muscle friend, and then you had the one in between who wanted to be both. So the big, I was a people pleaser. So the big one was like, "Yo, go start a fight." I'm like, "Okay."
You go start a fight.
Go start a fight. And it didn't work out good all the time. I get my ass whooped sometimes. And the times we actually fought back, it didn't feel good. I was like, what are we? I just ruined my life. Nothing.
I remember one time where there was a fight we didn't start, but we were getting our ass whooped, and we needed you. And guess what? You at the bar talking to some chick and enjoying. And we were getting our ass kicked.
Yeah, I was talking. I remember. I was talking about tattoos with the girl.
Yeah, and then we were like, my fool, one of our friends had a black eye.
Yeah.
We were fighting against more than 10, 15 people, only 3 guys.
We ran into them again.
Where was it?
You weren't there.
Yeah,
you were in Denmark at the time. It was me, Muhammed.
Javid was there as well.
Javid, Suhail. That's the fight we got into. I started that fight.
By the way, just to let people know, this kid we were fighting, his family is rich. They own hotels everywhere. They own police. This kid is like, if you know Tanzanian artists, the biggest Tanzanian artist, Diamond Platinum, it's like they're friends together. They perform in each other's wedding. They're like that, you know. So this kid had influence. He didn't have friends, but he would pay people, put them in the car to come and whoop our asses. And that's how the fight where we needed you, that happened.
But the same guy put us in that fight again.
Yeah, when I wasn't there that second time. But if I was there, I would have known.
It was the first time I got punched for real in the face. And I was like, I don't like this. But I had to fight back. I had to fight,
Obviously. Damn. And then I came to Europe again after the first time I went to Denmark / Sweden, Malmo.
2014, I think.
First time 2012,
and then
2013 I came. And then 2014, that's when I actually moved to Sweden.
Yeah.
And it didn't take you that long, 8 months later.
Yeah. I moved to Sweden also.
And you moved to northern of Sweden, Umeå.
Umeå, yeah.
How was that? From Zanzibar, warm islands, beach, party every night, tropical fruits, to white. And not only people, the whole land is white.
Everything was white. You didn't need the sun because everything was white.
Yeah.
First of all, in my mind, I was like, I look at snow on TV and I'm like, man, they're bitching. It's not that cold. I went with skinny jeans, a t-shirt, and a
Vans.
And I get off the the airport.
Yeah.
It's fucking cold.
Yeah.
It's just open.
It's open, yeah.
So I get to the airplane door and I'm like, holy shit, this is cold. I couldn't run there because at the airport they have rules. It's slippery also. So I'm just walking. I'm like trying to get there. I think it's like 5 seconds. It's a small airport, but to me it felt like 10 minutes. So I get there and I see my ex-girlfriend with a big ass jacket. I didn't even hug her. I'm like, give me the jacket. It's fucking cold. And I was like, I get in the car and she's like, it's good to see you. I'm like, yeah, you too. In my mind, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
What have I done? But I'm like, anyway, I'm here for 2 months. I'm going back home anyway. But I went back.
Yeah.
And I went back.
To move there.
Yeah.
I remember actually my first time I went to Europe to end of 2012. I was going there, and you came up to me because your brother told you, I think, to give me a jacket because it was gonna get cold. It was a green jacket. The first time, that's the best thing. Like all the gift back then, all the things you've done for me, that meant a lot. Do you remember?
Green jacket.
You gave me a jacket. You're going to Europe and you gave me a jacket, but it wasn't. I think your brother told you to give it to me. It was your brother's jacket, and that. I will never forget that memory because I went there and it did help me.
Yeah, it was his. And I was like, damn, it's not. You never gave me a jacket.
But your brother, listen. Me and your family, we had good.
My family loves him.
Yeah, we had a good connection.
They think
I'm an angel.
Like, man, you're Pope Francis or some shit.
No, but I behaved well when I'm
respectful. Yeah.
Even your sister, because your sister would go out with us, but they would also protect us.
I mean, we didn't need it.
No, we didn't need it, but in a way that, if we're doing something, we used to run these dirty chicks and be like, you guys can do better. Come here. We didn't have any sodas because I didn't drink. I only needed. I remember I used to dance 6 hours, no water, thirsty, sweaty, until the sweat's dry. I don't have any water, and then they come back. Okay, chill now. Get some water. Man. And then you moved from Umeå. You came all the way to Gothenburg, where I lived.
Yeah.
And I also because I remember no, you should come here. We can help each other out, and we lived almost the same building.
Yeah.
How was that?
I was still like, man, I don't want to be here because life wasn't good. I didn't have a good job. I was broke. I remember sometimes going all day and I would eat. Okay, I would eat good, but when I was like, okay, it's gonna get better, but it didn't. Me and my ex broke up, and then I was like, okay, now I'm alone. Too. But now I'm alone in Europe. You already, because you had a kid, you were more responsible. I was still like in that. I wasn't taking life seriously. I was like, get a job, get paid, go out, hang out. And then we drift apart a little bit.
We did for a while. Because I wasn't going out, and you didn't want to hang inside, me with kids and stuff like that. He's old.
I was 24. Yeah. I was still a kid. Yeah, but you had to grow up.
Yeah, I know.
So and I was working in a bar.
We didn't fall apart in, let's say, friendship, but we didn't hang out as we used to anymore. It wasn't the same.
We talked for a little bit here and there.
But did you see this pattern? It's like in our group, it's not like I'm always doing it first. It feels like I always have to do it something. Like leaving, I was the first one to leave the group. Right? Came here, having kids. It was like, we got married the first time at 9 days in between. I remember your wedding was first though.
Okay, yeah.
I came to your home, and then newly fresh, where you came to my wedding, and we got these women or the wives back then, almost at the same month. Yeah. Remember? And you met your ex because of me, and I met my ex because of you.
And you remember? They're both Swedish.
They're both Swedish, and one day we were just listening to Mambo number 5. And we look like their names comes. Wow. Man, it feels like this is more you interviewing me because I'm starting talking. But, okay, now I know. Because in our group, me and Muhammed were more the physical part. The physical people. We do capoeira, we'll do the circus, the lifting, the acrobatic shows. Yeah. We'll do breakdance, we'll play football. We do all these.
You have a healthier lifestyle.
Healthier, more physical, more sporty.
Yeah.
And you.
I wasn't the physically gifted guy.
Yes. And now you're training, and you train jiu-jitsu, and what else? I see you teach young kids sparring, boxing, and stuff like that.
Well, he's not a kid. He's actually he's becoming a professional boxer. So it's more helping him with pads, and we spar a little bit. He's a bit better than me because I'm not a boxer. I can box, but I wouldn't say I'm a pure boxer. And I've trained MMA. I've trained jiu-jitsu the longest. Kickboxing. I've done it all the martial arts. I've done them, but.
And I remember the first guy you started jiu-jitsu with, I introduced you to.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to be training with him.
Yeah.
A part of me was jealous, like this. I knew this guy before him. I worked with him together. Now they're friends and stuff like that. A little part was jealous. But I was also happy because I think from that moment, you were not that person who was complaining, because you used to complain a little bit about this small stuff, about this, and your confidence was low.
Yeah.
But then I started seeing your confidence going up, and this and this. Why did you join?
I looked at myself in the mirror. I was like, what the fuck? I look terrible. And at the same time, I'm like, how are these girls into me? If I was a chick, I wouldn't want to fuck me. I wouldn't. I look bad, and I was tired of people skeleton and this. And
That's the joke.
You know,
if we see any person that's so skinny, we look at you.
Yeah, they used to have these dogs at Kendall in Zanzibar. They were very skinny dogs. They looked like those hounds, you know. And everyone would be like, Vinny, Vinny, and I'm like, ha ha. I'm laughing, but deep down,
It hurts.
it hurt a lot. I would even go home, and even if I'm in the shower.
Wow.
It hurt for years. It still hurts to think about, but now I don't care.
So that's what made you look at yourself and you say, I need to do better.
Yeah, and also MMA wasn't big at the time. I watched
In Sweden. It was getting big in America.
No,
and
if you look at in Sweden, Swedish, there were UFC guys from Sweden. So
they
but,
were already.
but Swedish people had someone to look up to. In Africa, we didn't have no one.
Oh no, we didn't have MMA.
We didn't have anyone.
Boxing was okay because of Mike Tyson, to be honest, and Muhammad Ali.
But I didn't understand boxing, so I was like, it's boring. I remember watching my first UFC fight with my dad in 2005, 6, I think. There was a guy named Forrest Griffin. He was the champion at the time. And I was like, what is this sport, bro? I don't like it. It's just like, it's rough, it's barbaric. I will never do this. I will never watch it.
Few decades.
Yeah. So then you introduced me to Rafael. I remember the guy named Rafael. We were at a pizzeria. And I was wearing shorts at the time. I had very skinny legs. I still have skinny shins. But he looked at my legs. And I knew immediately what he was thinking. And he looked at me and was like, you play football? I was like, no. And he goes, yeah, I didn't think so.
No, that's what I would say. Do you play? What the accent?
Do you play football? So I was like, nah, bro. But I saw his ears. And I was like, man.
Him and his friend. What was his friend's name?
Domingos,
yes. Domingos was much big.
Bigger guy, yeah. Shout out Domingos. I always liked him.
Yeah, he was nice, man. And he knew different languages. He was so interested with different kind of people and everything.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Very nice guy.
So then I contacted him. I was like, hey, man, I want to train. But it took a while. It took months. He was like, when are you coming? Next week. And I never came.
You were not comfortable in the beginning.
No, I was more like the guy who was like, I'll do this next week. And then I never showed up. I didn't have discipline.
Yeah.
And then one day I was like, you know what? I'm coming. He was like, okay, you serious? Because I also felt bad telling the guy I'm coming next week and I never came.
And he was just opening because he wasn't big in Sweden back then because he had a dream to open a gym and everything. So you were one of his first students.
No, I wouldn't say that. He already had a couple of students.
Yeah, but he wasn't having like a gym like.
He had a first generation students. I think I was a second generation.
Second generation. Oh.
Yeah, so I came more as a friend because we hung out a lot. We texted. I went to his house.
No, he's such a nice man. When I was going out with him, we would go to different clubs because he knows the securities, he knows everyone. I remember I went with him to a Brazilian club and me trying to do breakdance and I kicked this big guy who was in a gang crew. He looked at me and his crew came and I felt him. And I don't know, in Portuguese they talk and then oh, damn. Yeah. But he knew everybody there.
Most of the guards were fighters anyway. So they all knew. You know, once I started training.
I remember we used to go out and you knew every guard.
Because they were all knew my trainer or I've seen them before in other gyms, so it's a small community. Actually, all the guards in Gothenburg, I would say 90% are either MMA fighters or jiu-jitsu fighters.
Jiu-jitsu fighters, so, yeah, they're hardcore.
Yeah. When I started training with him, man, I started MMA first. I was mostly boxing with Rafael. I think it's 6 months just striking. And it got really good. And then I had my first sparring session with a guy who started maybe a month or two before me. But you know, if you don't spar, you don't get better, like you said. So it was my first sparring session, and I got punched in the face a couple of times. And it was more like, whoa.
I need to do better. I need to go harder.
And the thing about martial arts is that first punch you get in sparring lets you know this is for you or you a bitch.
Yeah.
So I didn't duck. So I was like, okay, it hurt. I mean, it didn't hurt. It was just a shock. I was like, okay, I want to get better. I want to keep doing this. And then I discovered jiu-jitsu. Part of me was like, this is better than getting punched in the face. But I was like, jiu-jitsu, I was like, they had the gis, I was like, what is karate?
You don't want to look like karate.
I didn't know what jiu-jitsu was. I knew wrestling and boxing, kickboxing, that's it. I didn't know jiu-jitsu. So then my first class, they gave me this girl. She was a bit small. She was smaller than me. She was a white belt. White belt is like beginner level. In my mind, I was like,
all right, let me.
Easy.
Yeah.
She choked me out like 10 times in 5 minutes. And I was like, I gotta learn this shit.
You gotta learn this.
Yeah. Wow.
So, do you remember in our crew, Mohit was the fighter, looking like the tougher guy.
I think he's not a fighter. He just
he looked like the tougher guy. He wasn't a professional fighter, but in a street fight, Mohit is rough. He take a bottle, he'll do anything.
He's strong, he's big.
Yeah. And then I was more of, people would look like, oh, maybe he's a serious, kind of thoughtful guy.
Yeah.
And you were the funny in our crew. If anyone were to be a comedian, we would have always thought it should have been you. And if anyone should have been serious with acrobatics or fighting or anything, it should have been me or Mohit.
But you're the comedian now.
Now I'm the effing fucking comedian. And you are a sportsman. Like seriously, I remember you came to visit me 2 years ago, and I woke up in the morning and you were in my living room doing push-ups. Do you know what that
at the time?
Do you know what did that to me? I'm like, I hate this guy. No, because you used to be scared of me a little bit, like I could beat you, and then you intimidate. Like he's looking at me. There's a guy. He's looking at me while doing push-ups. Like yeah, bitch. 91, 92. Okay. So yeah, but that motivated me. Yeah. Seriously, you do it every morning, and we went and we played basketball that day. You remember when I played basketball? You were skinny.
Now I understand why you do more push-ups.
Yeah, now you understand, because I do push-ups every morning. When I wake up, I do push-ups. I don't go to work, I don't do anything. And I always do it before 7 o'clock. So I started with 100, now I'm 180. So every week I add 10, I add 20, right? And when I saw you, that's when I realized how serious you were. Because you were not training, you're not going to the gym at that time.
No.
But you are at home, you're like, no. Just because I'm on holiday doesn't mean I have a holiday of training.
Oh, yeah.
And you would do it. And that when I started giving you even more support. Because in the beginning, I'm like, he's gonna quit. This is Vinny.
Everybody thought so.
Yeah, this is Vinny.
But I was lazy.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, this is Vinny. Why am I showing some support? Wasting my energy.
Because now I've been training for almost, next year is going to be 7 years.
7 years.
Of training, yeah. Martial arts. Wow. The first 2 years, I was so unmotivated. Not motivated, I was lazy. I wouldn't show up to class. My old coach or friend, Raphael, would call me and be like, you're lazy. And he would ignore me. Like, if hey, sorry, man, he'd be like, nah, I don't want to hear it. I saw it as like, he's being too harsh. But now I get it. He just wanted me to be more disciplined. The more I started showing up, the more happy he was.
Do you know
he wanted the best for me.
I'm going to bed 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and then I see a story on Instagram. Yeah, I'm just getting into the gym. Let's see what's the session today. And I'm like, 11?
Yeah.
Now?
Yeah.
And if I call him like, yo, man, I've been working all day, man. I'm so tired. Like, then why are you in the gym? Like, no, I have to do this.
I have to, man.
I'm like, all right, that motivated me. So from being a bitch,
yeah, basically,
to now almost opening your own gym in Zanzibar.
Yeah, man.
Why? And why Zanzibar? Why opening there?
I mean, because now the sport is growing. If you look at mixed martial arts, everybody, you can't go anywhere without at least one person knowing one fighter.
Of course.
Conor McGregor is the biggest MMA fighter that everybody knows. You got Khabib, Israel Adesanya, John Jones, Kamaru Usman.
By the way, these Africans that from Africa, like for example, Kamaru Usman and the one who fought Tyson Fury, what's his name? I don't follow MMA.
The MMA fighter?
Yeah, but he's
Francis
Ngannou. Yeah, these are the people now making like African people be like, oh, and he's bringing these teachings into Africa and stuff.
There's more UFC fighters now after these guys than there was before them.
Yeah.
There's guys from South Africa, Ghana, Zimbabwe, like guys you've never heard of. I'm like, he's African.
Yeah. You know, these people from these areas, they've been doing hard jobs, carrying stuff, and
Yeah, man.
like, you can go fight and get money.
Yeah, they're like, what?
Oh, you can get beat up. We're getting beaten up every day for free.
Yeah.
Like,
But most of these guys fight because they need money.
they need money.
No one wants to fight when they have money.
Yeah. No.
If I was a billionaire right now, I
What?
wouldn't, nah. Why?
Mm.
Not that I'm competing, because I haven't competed in so long, 3 years maybe. That's the last time I've competed.
But why are you opening in Zanzibar?
Two reasons. One, there's already gyms there opening for martial arts, but I don't feel like they're taking advantage of the local people. It's guys,
You mean the guy we know? What's his name?
his name is Ali. I'm
Ali.
gonna put it out there. He's a fraud. He tells people he's a professional.
He's not.
He doesn't have one even amateur fight.
He-
I almost grew up with him in the same neighborhood.
Listen, we used to do capoeira. He went somewhere, I think in Brazil, and he tried once, and he comes, he said he's a master.
Yeah,
And what's your master? Where do you come from? Which?
he won't. Tell
He,
you.
he doesn't know. He doesn't know.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And he's scamming people.
He is.
And whenever we I remember whenever he comes with his crew, we would beat his ass in capoeira because crew, if we play different crew in capoeira, we go actually hard. We start fighting instead of just playing capoeira.
Contact capoeira.
Okay, contact capoeira. We would whoop their asses.
Yeah.
And he was doing kickboxing, like really
He said he did
MMA, Muay Thai.
He doesn't know what. He has zero Muay Thai, zero MMA, zero Jiu-Jitsu. He has zero everything. Because I've been to their gym and it's.
But since there was no one doing it, and people are like, oh, okay, I'll go this.
And I went to their gym a year after I started training.
Mm.
So I should be the beginner. I should be the shit because it takes years,
I know.
at least 2-3 years to be comfortable.
Mm.
So you can start at any gym. But after a year, you're still a beginner basically. I don't know anything, and I still outperformed everyone. So after a year, I should be still the beginner, the guy everyone at the gym should beat. But I'm showing their coaches techniques. I'm like, don't throw a punch this way, throw it that way. It's better. Use your hips. So I was like, nah,
He's not.
this is not gonna last. Fast forward 2 years later, he calls me. He's like, hey, we're starting an event. I want you to fight at this. It's an MMA promotion we're starting. It's gonna be local fighters. I want you to fight. I'm like, okay, I'll fight. I fly to Zanzibar. I call him, when's the fight? He never picks up. So the story is, he got these guys to promote it, took the money, and bounced.
That's what he does. He did the same with us in capoeira. We reasoned this money with this girl called Lucy from England, and then he said, Lucy owes me money, so I'm taking this money. And he ran away. He went to Canada because he has family in Canada. He ran away to Canada. We couldn't get him. And
That
we
gym, Zanfit, was owned by a Canadian woman named Lauren. She still lives in Zanzibar. She's a photographer. She opened it. It's in her name. Somehow, he got a hold of that business and kicked her out.
Yeah. There's a lot of that. Like, I'm not the only one. We know friends in common, including Nicole, Cherry, whatever her last name. They started a business, but let's not get into other people's business.
So anyway,
how far are you with your gym?
So we just got the land. It's gonna be the biggest I would say in East Africa. I would say it's 3,500 square meters. It's gonna be a camp.
It's going to be a camp. What's the funding like? How can people help out? Because I know where we came from. It's not like we're going to build it within a year by ourselves.
We want to open next year, but it's gonna start small.
But do we need anywhere, a place to fund it? Do you have any advertisement? What are you going to do? Are you going to take money? Because kids from...
Well, it's not just me. It's me and one of my coaches, my striking coaches here. His name is Roger Huerta. He's a undefeated professional fighter. It was me and his idea. He already has his company here in Denmark. It's called Elements. It's about breathing and sauna and being with one with your elements, like the cold, the heat. So he uses that he combines that with martial arts.
The philosophy, basically.
Yeah, so it's very smart. I gotta give it to him. So it's gonna be me and him. It's our project, and now we can't have anyone investing because it's so fresh. If anything goes bad, I can't pay you back your money. So for now,
but you've got the land.
We've got the
Because I
land.
remember you called me, yo, we already got the land, we bought the land and this
Yeah.
and this.
So basically, it's gonna be a big camp. We're gonna bring in. I think at first it's gonna be amateur fighters. So we're gonna bring him in, and he's gonna show his stuff. I'm gonna show my stuff. We teach. We all learn from each other. I'm not. It's not like I'm gonna be teaching and I'm better than you. I'm still learning myself. 6 years is nothing. I'm still like amateur level.
Yeah. But yeah, you're bettering yourself, and you also now have contacts with these professionals that can come and do, what do you call it? Like seminars and stuff like that.
The gym I train at now, we have Bellator fighters, Søren Bach. We have Erhan. He's also a professional fighter. We have our coach, one of my good friends also, Carsten. He's the MMA coach. He's got contacts everywhere. I've been shadowing him. He's sort of my mentor. So when he's teaching a class, I'm right next to him. I'm learning from him. He uses me, and I ask him, "Hey man, why do you teach it this way?" And he tells me, "How long do you teach this technique for?" He tells me, like, okay, so yeah. But before I open this, I need to compete at least 1 or 2 times.
What's the time?
I gotta compete before we open end of next year.
Good luck with that, my man.
I told you. I'm going.
I mean, to see you get beaten up, I'll be there any day, man.
I have. You know what they say? You either win or you learn. And my friend, I've been learning a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I have been.
You went to Germany for a jiu-jitsu competition, right?
Yeah, it was a convention, and we had some games, and we spar and roll with different people, and yeah, it wasn't a good time. I was like,
but that's when you're in your beginning. I was proud of you, by the way, by doing that.
Got my ass whooped there, yeah.
Listen, I always say, and some people knows this, if your surroundings are not outdoing you, you're with different surroundings.
Yeah, I gotta be around
And
kids.
it feels all the time you are outdoing me with what you're doing, your dreams, your training and everything, and that, I don't like it. Like you do that, you're outdoing me, you're outworking me, you're working harder than me, you getting more successful than me. I don't like it, but it's not like I don't like it, I don't want you to have it. I don't like that I'm not in that level. And what do I need to do? Now I need to game up.
I think it's just luck, man. I was at the right place at the right time.
No, not only luck, but luck comes also for people who do it.
I see people who've been training longer than me and harder than me, but they still...
I understand.
I think it's just... also, it has something to do with... I'm more outgoing.
Exactly. You are more open. Vinny, we used to go out. It will take us half an hour to know people. It will take 5 minutes to make friends with, like to get a bunch of people to come and talk to us.
Yeah.
That's who you were. You were always welcome in person.
But I think that helped me a lot because as I'm more outgoing, when we have like seminars and these black belts and professionals come, usually they don't roll with the beginners or...
But you are the one.
But because I'm so open with them, they're like, "Hey man, you want to roll?" So even though I'm getting my ass whooped, I'm learning something. Okay, how did you do that? He shows me, and then I go do it on someone else. So it seems like, man, this guy's so talented. I'm not actually. When it comes to fighting, I don't think I have that talent or hard work per se. Right now, maybe before I was more hard work.
Just not trying to be humble, but continue.
No, but I think I'm a quick learner.
Always, even when we danced. You were the one like, okay, Vinny didn't come, he's late.
Yeah.
And then you come late, we do the routine, you learn them, we're still trying to learn. Yeah. Physically you were always easy to take it, and you knew the routine and everything. And I used to be like, banging stuff. Like, damn, I can't do this. And I would mess up in the dance. Me and Muhammed would mess up way more than you are. Even though I was taking it serious, because I wasn't a natural dancer in the beginning. But as I'm saying, I am jealous in a good way. Like, I feel like you outwork me. You do more, you do this and this, and the other things are coming. And this is what I'm doing. I know when you see me do what I do, you think, damn, that takes a lot of courage. You've been texting me, yo, bro, like, no, I'm like, oh, I can't do that. And I'm looking at myself, I'm like, I don't think I can do what you're doing. But if you ask us 10, 12 years ago, I would have been like, no, I want to do that, what you're doing. And I think you would have leaned more because you understood English you still speak you see my English. You still speak better English than I am. You still like linguistic. You speak 3-4 languages almost right now, and I'm still stuck with 2. You know, learning the Swedish after 9 years now.
You started just to learn.
Yeah, I'm just starting Swedish right now. But man, I could have never been any more happy for you, proud for you. Now you have family, man.
Yeah.
Now you have a kid. You're married. You have your own place.
So my dream of being a professional fighter is dead.
Just having a kid.
It is, because you gotta, if you want to be pro, you gotta
Dedicate time.
more on that. And would you rather like leave your kid and be a pro, or fuck that, my kid is more important?
Yeah.
So now that dream is dead. Now I want to be a coach.
Yeah, but listen, maybe it was never meant for you to.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm fine with that. That's no problem. Although it hurts, I see my friends, you know, they're competing and they're going up there. I'm like, man, I wish.
It is okay. It is okay.
Thank you, God.
Thank you, God. Man, there's more we can talk about, but so we don't have much time. Is there anything you want to say, man? Like, you know, to thank me, you know, for without me, your career wouldn't have been here. You know what I mean? Like, give me all the praise. Come on.
Actually, part of it is because of you.
How?
I think because you were more serious and you were the first one to like get a job, like a proper job, get a bank account,
Apartment.
apartment. I was like, damn, man, I want that. So once I started getting that, it was sort of addictive. And I was like, man, okay, now I'm here. What else can I achieve? So I used your mindset.
Thank you,
And
bro.
then, yeah, so
No, but
that's why I kept you around as a friend. So no shit, I'm telling you, man.
I kept you around.
No, because I need someone to tell me, hey, man, come on.
As I'm saying, you cannot surround yourself with people that.
With losers, basically.
Basically, you have to. If people outdo you, you have to outdo them. So you always outdo each other in a positive way,
Friendly way.
friendly way, and that's it. That's it. And I know you're always there for me. We've helped each other from.
Like I said, if one of us makes it, we all make it.
We all make. And this is not a black thing, but we all
It
make
is. My man.
All right, man. Thank you, man. We could talk way more, but we're gonna talk off camera. You know, I need that deal.
I just gotta get a shout out, man.
Yeah, give all the shout out.
Roger Huerta, shout out, bro. Talan.
Rafael.
Nah, not him.
Mohit.
No, hell no. Yeah, all the guys, CSA guys, my friends. Yeah.